Hey class! Quick announcement. If you want to survive, yes, survive, today's class, make sure you've watched your Yandere class. If you haven't, well, may the academic gods have mercy on your soul. First period is going to be intense, and I don't want to hear, but I didn't know! In the middle of it, you have been officially warned. Pop quiz time! Quiz rules! Because I make the rules. No begging. I am immune. No technical difficulties. If your Wi-Fi dies, so do your grades. No sending me death threats after. I will frame them and put them on my wall. You can cry. Just do it silently. If you pass, you get bragging rights. If you fail, you get character development. So sharpen those pencils, say goodbye to your GPA, and let's begin. Good luck. You're gonna need it. Watch the following video and answer the question, what type of character is Nana? Answer A, Yandere. Answer B, a Tsundere. Answer C, wow, we never learned these. Okay, good luck. Previously on Springtime Love Letters. Seichiro and Yuna, long-lost lovers, have finally reunited after 10 years of exchanging letters across the distance. Their words carried the weight of longing, love, and the memories of a promise never forgotten. With trembling hands and racing hearts, they exchanged the letters they had kept unread for a decade. What will happen next? Will their feelings remain the same after all these years? Or has time rewritten their story?
Seichiro, my dear sweet Seichiro. Do you know what today is? Of course you don't. You never noticed. You never remembered. But I did. I always did. 10 years. 10 years of watching over you, standing by your side, waiting, hoping that one day you'd turn to me and see me for who I am. But you never did you? Because your heart, your thoughts, your every breath, they all belong to her. Yuna, she left you. She disappeared. She abandoned you without a word, without a second thought, and yet you kept writing to her. You poured your soul into these pages, whispering your love into empty paper, as if words could bring back a ghost. And I was the one who stayed. I was the one who held you when you were too broken to stand. I was the one who listened to your sorrows, who wiped your tears, who whispered that you were not alone. But none of that mattered, did it? Because the moment she returned, you forgot. Forgot the nights I sat beside you, forgot the laughter we shared, forgot me. No, I won't let this happen. Not after everything I've done. These are not love. These are chains, shackles that kept you bound to a lie, a fantasy, a woman who was never there when you needed her. She didn't suffer with you. I did. She didn't stay. I did. She didn't love you the way I do. She never could. But it's all right, Seichiro. You don't have to worry. You don't have to choose, because I have already chosen for you. I won't let her take you from me. You're mine. You always have been. She may have written you 1,000 words, but I have given you 1,000 moments. She may have promised you forever, but I have already lived it by your side. But love, true love, isn't just about waiting, is it? No, no, no. It's about sacrifice. It's about doing whatever it takes to protect what's yours. And I will protect you, Seichiro. From her, from the lies, from the past that threatens to steal you away. And I will do whatever it takes. Because I love you, Seichan. I love you so very much. And if I can't have you, nobody will.
Welcome to your anime university, where we talk everything anime. Okay, if you said Yandere, you are absolutely correct. Keeping up with the material will only lead you to success. For those that did not get it right, feel free to rewatch your class. Hope you like this parallel universe review session. Actually, fun fact, Nana is not that crazy, but for learning purposes, we had to make her a bit crazy. Anyway, today it is going to be an exciting class, and we'll focus on part 2 of the girl tropes in anime with the Tsundere trope. Let's get right into it. Please, please, please support your anime university by dropping likes and comments, and for newcomers, just don't forget to subscribe for more exciting anime content. Thank you. They say love is warm, gentle, But sometimes love burns cold, sharp like a blade, quick like a slap to the ego. One moment they're calling you an idiot, and the next, they're blushing so hard they can't look you in the eye. This is the paradox of the Tsundere, where affection wears armor, where insults are secret love notes, where the heart says stay, but the lips say go away. Today, we're stepping into the battlefield of pride and tenderness. This is the story of the Tsundere, the character who fights love by pretending not to feel it. Tsundere, or sweet on the inside type. What is a tsundere? The term tsundere blends two Japanese expressions, tsun, meaning aloof or irritable, and dere, which is all about being lovey-dovey and affectionate. Tsunderes are masters of emotional whiplash, keeping us guessing with every baka and every hidden blush. The history and evolution of the tsundere. 90s, early origins. The tsundere archetype didn't just appear, it grew, adapted, and morphed across decades of anime history. From slapstick beginnings to emotional nuance, tsunderes reflect not just romantic tension, but how we've come to understand guarded love. Narusegawa, Love Hina, 1998. In the late 90s, Narusegawa became one of the first truly recognized tsunderes. Her temper, explosive, her fists, quick. But behind every insult, every slap, there was longing. Naru was never just angry, she was scared. Scared of being vulnerable, scared of being seen. Her love story was a slow burn, and that made her affection feel earned, real. She set the foundation for an entire generation of fiery heroines hiding fragile hearts. Asuka Langley Soryu, Neon Genesis Evangelion, 1995. And then there was Asuka. Asuka didn't just show us a tsundere, she showed us a human being. Her arrogance, a mask. Her cruelty, a cry for help. Asuka's outbursts weren't just there for laughs. They were the echoes of deep insecurity. She wanted to be loved, but didn't know how to ask. So she lashed out. Because for some, being hated feels safer than risking the heartbreak of ignored. With Asuka, the tsundere became more than a trope. It became a tragedy, and that complexity changed everything. The Golden Age, 2000s. As anime entered the 2000s, the tsundere wasn't just a side trait, it became the star of the show. And in the Golden Age, we saw the tsundere archetype polished, perfected, and elevated to icon status. Rin Tohsaka, Fate Stay Night, 2004. Rin Tohsaka wasn't just smart, she was dangerous, elegant, calculating. Her cold, sharp tongue was legendary. She owned every room she walked into, but every cutting remark hid something. A fierce loyalty, a quiet fear, a desire not to lose control. Rin wasn't tsundere for comedy, she was tsundere for survival. In a world of magic, betrayal, and blood, her pride was her shield. And yet, with Shiru, she lets it crack, just enough to let us see the girl underneath. Taiga Aisaka, Toradora, 2008. Then came Taiga, the palm-top tiger, tiny in frame, massive in emotion. Taiga didn't hide her anger, she weaponized it. But it wasn't cruelty, it was confusion, fear, the raw panic of someone who never been loved the way they deserve. Taiga isn't just a tsundere, she is the blueprint. Not because of how often she yelled or hit Ryuji, but because of how deeply she learned to feel. Her journey wasn't about changing for someone, it was about learning that she was worthy of love, even with her claws still out. Together, Rin and Taiga gave us two faces of the tsundere. One icy and composed, one chaotic and vulnerable, but both were telling the same story. That some hearts hide behind barbed wire, not to push people away, but to see who's brave enough to reach through. The modern tsundere, 2010s to present. By the 2010s, the tsundere had matured. No longer just hot-headed girls in romantic comedies, tsunderes became more restrained, more psychological, and sometimes more dangerous. The archetype had evolved, not just into a character trope, but a commentary on love, ego, and emotional armor. Misaki Ayuzawa, the class president, is a maid. 2010. Misaki Ayuzawa is a tsundere forged in pride. She's powerful, responsible, guarded. She fights for female dignity in a school that dismisses it, so of course, she builds walls. Her Tsun is rooted in duty. She can't afford to be vulnerable. Not in public, not with boys, not with herself. But when Usui shows her consistent kindness without demanding her softness, her dare doesn't arrive like fireworks. It blooms, slow, unsure, honest. Misaki's story reminds us, being strong doesn't mean being cold. And sometimes, letting someone in isn't weakness. It's the greatest strength of all. Kaguya Shinomiya, Kaguya-sama, Love is War, 2019. And then there's Kaguya, a genius, a queen, a master manipulator of the heart. In Kaguya-sama, love is a battlefield, and Kaguya refuses to be the first to fall. Kaguya doesn't shout or hit. Her Tsun is pride, an almost aristocratic refusal to admit she's in love. But her heart is loud, even in silence. Her blushing face says what her words refuse to. Kaguya redefines the tsundere for a new era. Cool, calculated, but utterly transparent when love finally breaks through her walls. Beyond gender, the rise of the male, tsundere. The modern tsundere isn't limited to girls. We've seen a rise in male characters who carry the same emotional signature. Aloof, cold, distant. But when the moment comes, they protect you like their life depends on it. From Sasuke's quiet loyalty, to Levi's dry affection, to Vegeta's iconic confession that he fights not just for pride, but for love. The tsundere archetype has transcended its origins. Today, tsunderes aren't just funny or feisty. They're complex. They're people who've learned to protect their hearts the only way they knew how, by pretending they didn't care until someone proved they did. The psychology behind tsundere behavior. At their core, tsunderes are a study in contrast. Their cold behavior often stems from a fear of vulnerability, a protective mechanism that shields them from the pain of rejection. Psychologists might link this to avoidant attachment styles, where past experiences make expressing affection difficult. Their Tsun is a defense, but their dare is the truth. Tsunderes draw us in with their unpredictability. The challenge of breaking through their walls creates an emotional payoff that feels deeply rewarding. Their stories often reflect our own fears and hopes, how love isn't always easy, but it's worth the struggle. Fun facts about tsunderes. Before we wrap up, here are some fun facts about tsunderes that might surprise you. The tsundere button. In the Idolmaster games, there's literally a tsundere mode that makes characters act colder before warming up to you. Tsundere cafes in Japan. In Akihabara, you can visit maid cafes where staff act cold and dismissive before eventually showing affection. It's like living in a real-life anime. In conclusion, tsunderes teach us that love isn't always straightforward. Sometimes the coldest flame burns the brightest, and those who push us away might just need us the most. And that concludes today's lecture on the tsundere, the cold flame of love. A character driven by pride, fear, and longing, who teaches us that even the toughest hearts are just waiting to be understood. Thank you for joining class today at your anime university. If you enjoyed the lesson, don't forget to subscribe, drop a comment, and stay on top of your studies. Trust me, success comes to those who keep up with their coursework. Until the next one class!